Okay, well, we're just going to deal with this little setup for right now. Now, today's episode of DOX'N REALITY, we're going to discuss MGTOW and feminism. Two sides of the same coin, but why they are both utterly fucking stupid. Now, first, MGTOW is men going their own way. Now, you can understand MGTOW when you discover how it came about. It's a bunch of men who haven't dealt with, heartbreak relationships, dealing with women who typically showcase signs that they're not being, uh, you can't say being, being, what's the word, infidelity or something like that. I'm trying to think of a way to place that in, but women being unfaithful, long story short. Men, having run through a series of relationships, decide that they want nothing to do with women, even though that's kind of part of life. Now, I'm noticing that a lot of people are becoming atheists in this latest generation. Whereas in days previous past, people may not have had a strong spiritual connection to who they call God. They had some sort of spiritual connection where they at least, where they at least used to like skim through the Bible and know parts of it. But these days, they just don't know any part of it. And there's a lot of wisdom in the Bible concerning how to deal with the treacherous woman. And the Bible even goes into depth and tells you that a whore is a deep ditch. These men chase after strippers, chase after whores, chase after harlots, strumpets, whatever you want to call them. They chase after them knowing that's what they are and are still surprised when they get burned. Cause, like, there's a saying, and I'm pretty sure everybody has seen this saying on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or all the social media sites. If somebody shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Now, if you met this bitch in a gangbang or a train, why are you surprised that she's still continuing this shit after you didn't pay $300,000 for the house, move the bitch in, and you didn't pay like an extra $200,000 just like shoes and clothes for the hoe? Like, why are you surprised? This bitch wasn't loyal when you met her, so why are you showering her with gifts when she ain't deserved in the first place? Then we move on to feminism. Feminism, if a guy's not paying for all this shit, not pretty much being the walking bank account, he is worthless. Now, I get it. Women used to be, I guess, the pillar of the house. The man's out working. He does all the heavy lifting. So if he's out there building a whole foundation, keeping a roof up, the least you could do is just, keep everything that's under those that roof of four pillars, spick and span. Keep all the damn clothes washed. Take care of the children and whatnot. Keep dinner cooked. Cause if a man come home after a long ass day of fucking building skyscrapers, ain't no goddamn dinner. Like, what the fuck kind of woman are you? Like you kind of doing society a disservice at that point. And bitches these days ain't even doing that. Now, that's kind of a brief overview of what feminism is. But no, let me go more into depth on feminism and why I don't like that shit. Feminism, it's not so much as about women being equal to men. They keep saying that women make every 71 cents to a man's dollar, which is a fucking lie. First of all, if they did that shit, all that would be, the company would be in for a lawsuit right off the bat. And then look how powerful the women's laws are today. And everything is catered towards the goddamn woman. And when I say goddamn woman, I mean that because God is like damning a lot of these hoes. They ended up lonely, miserable. A lot of them bitches turn into witchcraft and whatnot. So that's even more reasons to not fuck with none of these bitches. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm just going on. It's just constant, just stream of thought. And this flashlight is like way the fuck bright in my face. I'm gonna get a better setup and whatnot. But it's not. I'm just doing this off the cuff right now. So forgive me. It's a little. Yeah. Anyway, you get men walking away from women because their demands are too high. Then you got women who just sleep with everybody, in order to try and get the best deal. Then they keep sleeping until they get past, the finish line to where their beauty starts to decrease. And next thing you know, everybody at that point just wants to like bust a couple of nuts in them with the rubber on, And anybody trying to wife you up at that point. I mean, you may get wiped up, but then she ain't gonna appreciate the motherfucker. Then she just gonna, keep cheating on him, thinking she can better deal him, even though she been trying to do that same shit for 20 years, ain't never worked out. So, what was common? Anyway, you got two sides. Men do need women. Shit, like the Most High didn't make women for no goddamn reason. And for people to say that women are fucking useless, that's not entirely true. Otherwise, they wouldn't exist if the Most High didn't see a need for them. And women to try and say that they don't need men, that's a lie from the devil himself. Or as Philip Scott from the Advice Show, or whatever the channel's called now, that's a lie from the pit of hell. Like women, both sides need each other. They balance out. Now you hear in what's called the manosphere, dudes just constantly bitching, complaining about women and whatnot, claiming that they don't need them. But I'm like, if you don't need them, why the fuck is all your videos about women? Like, why don't you talk about finances or some shit? Change up your damn channel. Like, how you gonna build up a whole channel of 800 to 1,000 videos where it's talking about women, but you don't need them? You clearly do need them, because you steady making your entire channel is just built up about strategies of how to avoid them, what to look for. And I get it, you're trying to spread knowledge for the next generation. I get that. But it's not realistic to ask a man to go through life without busting a couple of nuts. Like that is impossible. Men are hardwired to do that. Men are hardwired to find a wife. That it is what it is. That's not a societal thing. That's a nature thing at this point. And men, you telling men to be whoremongers and whatnot. Y'all were literally telling men to be whoremongers. Just run through women with no attachment. Y'all are pretty much preaching the exact opposite of what you're no different than what the feminists is telling women to do. Just go through, no attachment. Just fuck, duck, fuck, duck, fuck, duck. Don't get attached. Y'all both preaching the same message. And what is the end result of that? Because we know y'all motherfuckers don't like using protection. Y'all don't like using birth control. You don't like using condoms. And niggas like start to say they do, but they're not. Otherwise, how's all these damn babies and shit being born? Whew. Should I edit this video? Probably not. But like I said, I just wanted to do this one off the cuff. I just paid for this damn Filmic Pro app, and I don't know. We gonna see how this turns out. If it turns out well, excellent. But this is just one of those off the cuff videos I just felt like doing. I've been having these thoughts in my head for a while, and I just decided to just let it out. I really could have articulated things a little bit better, but like I said, this is just off the dome. I'm just letting it go. Another subject I want to briefly touch on, this whole Black Lives Matter shit. For a while, I was doing these Instagram videos just expressing my thoughts, but I can't really do all that shit in 60 seconds. Like, yeah, you can do the jump cuts or whatnot, but it's like, I got tired of doing that. And then I'm giving Instagram and Facebook so many of my damn thoughts, and with YouTube, I can just go for however long I want and just let it go, look at you. Learn how to open doors. Don't touch. Sit down. Whew. Alright, where was I going? Shit, I lost place. Oh, yeah, Black Lives Matter. Big fucking waste of time. When I hear news reports of y'all storming up to somebody's property and you trying to burn the shit down, and you just like telling them to give up shit that they, and I will use the term like that they work for, then I got a problem with that. Regardless of how they got it in a quote unquote old fashioned they work for way. And I get it, your anger's towards rich folks, but then again, you can't really be mad at them because all they did, they're not smarter than you. They just read a couple more books and figured out how to make their money work for them, whereas you work for your money. You chose to go buy Jordans. You chose to go. Yeah. These niggas chose to spend all their money on weave. No. Yeah, they chose to spend all that money on weed. The weed man is like the richest motherfucker in the neighborhood. The dope man, the second. Anybody who sells drugs in the ghetto, that nigga got banged. Cause these niggas, they know they get a reliable source of income every time some check is being sent out. From stimulus checks, I guarantee you the dope man got more than 90% of that shit. Cause you motherfuckers can't go a day without just trying to escape from your fucking problems instead of facing that shit head on. Niggas, I just don't get it. It's like the information is out there. But then, people can sit there and say, but if only they knew, like, how they gonna get the information? Well, it's like, how the fuck you figure out where to get the new retro Jordans and all that shit? You figured out where to get the most obscure, rare hitting, quote unquote, gems of shoes, but you can't take that same energy to figure out how to get rich. And when niggas like finally find that piece that says there's no shortcut, like you have to do that shit the hard way, niggas like, oh, I ain't doing that. I'm trying to do a come up. I just have to hit a couple of licks. And what happens every time you hit a fucking lick or two? Your ass get locked up for like 10, 15 years at a time, maybe 5, but that's still time taken away from you, time that you ain't growing. You just sit up in jail getting fucked by some other nigga on the low. Cause if you go to prison more than a dozen times and all that shit, you like being in there. Like, you probably like fucking other niggas and like. Yeah, the prison culture in America just lets you know that a lot of motherfuckers in there is gay. That's just what it is. But I will elaborate on these other stories in another video because I think I've gone on long enough. I'm probably not gonna edit this, so subscribe, leave a thumbs up, thumbs down. It don't matter what you do. Just engage with the video. Let me know you fucking with the content. Now this is Mr. Paradox and DOX'N REALITY signing off.